Hello and welcome. Well, it's lovely to have you company. Oh, it feels like it's ages since I've done a one-day special launch, and I'm really looking forward to it. Not only have we got a brand new collection from our lovely Trudy, but our lovely Julia is in the building. Good evening, Julia.
Hello.
Hello.
Spoiling me, because I think it was last week we were together or the week before. So,
I think it was.
Yeah.
I think it was, wasn't it?
I know, lucky.
We didn't have a one-day special, though, did we?
No, this is very special.
This is special.
Yes.
I mean, Trudy now, we've seen lots of different collections from Trudy, and I love it because her artwork is very versatile, and she's done a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
There's lots of different styles that she can
there?
do. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that she can't do, actually.
No, I must admit, though, these are absolutely gorgeous.
You can't go wrong with flowers, though,
No,
can
you can't. But the thing is with these, they are super delicate.
Super delicate,
there's so much detail in them. The poppy, that sort of, you know, the one that looks like all the different wildflowers, that is my favourite. That is absolutely exquisite.
They are beautiful, aren't they? And within the collection, they're all A6 stamps, because I know a lot of people don't like making big cards, but obviously you can build up your layers, and you can still make a ginormous card if you want to. So with the collection, you've got a couple of scenes. You've got the meadow and the garden where you've got scenes. You've got a couple of toppers, which is your bunch and your bouquet. Yeah. And then you've got which is your kind of individual elements. You've got your daisies, so you've got a main daisy, and then there's a smaller one, and then there's lots of little ones, so you can make your backgrounds. The same with the poppies as well. You've got your main one, you've got a smaller one, and then lots and lots of little heads that you can use. Yeah. So there's something for everybody within this collection. It's not just a collection of flowers. Yes. There's lots of different styles within this collection.
Yeah, I really like that as well. And it does mean that you can start building up. You know, you can take that, but then start building up. This is really interesting, because actually looking at it like that doesn't do it justice. Because actually looking at it like that, you can't see the detail. When you see that, I mean, look at everything going on. Obviously, your little butterfly, that's a separate stamp. You've got best wishes on there as well. They are a lot bigger than they look on the packaging. Yeah, a lot bigger.
Trudy's coloured in the packaging on all of them.
Beautiful.
So you know, sometimes because they're so detailed, it's hard to see where the flowers are and where the leaves are. But because she's coloured them in, you've got a starting point. You've also got a starting point for your colours.
Yes.
Obviously, poppies we tend to go with red, but obviously poppies come in lots and lots and lots of different colours. Because you've got your Californian poppies that are yellows and oranges and your reds. Then you've got your blue Himalayan poppy, which is obviously blue. You can get black poppies. You can get lots and lots of different colours.
Beautiful. Sorry, I'm rummaging for a poppy one. Can't find it, so I'm giving up.
But I mean, these are quite new to us, so we haven't had a lot of time to make samples.
Yeah, this one's my second favourite. I love it because you've got all these extra little ones that you were saying.
You've got your different sizes of your heads, and that means, I mean, I like over-stamping my die-cut flowers. Yeah. So I like adding the little ones to that, as well as making your backgrounds to it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You can create so many different looks with it. See, I love this as well. And it is, I mean, the detail is phenomenal. But you will be able to stamp that detail out. I mean, you absolutely, if I show you this one.
They do stamp beautifully. So
look at
you
that.
can do, I mean,
that's
that's kind of very loose colouring, so that's just kind of laying some colour down and then stamping over the top. That's one of Trudy's samples. Phil did actually use that, the bouquet in his Facebook Live. On Saturday.
Fabulous.
So Phil tries to do a Facebook Live every Saturday at 1 p.m.
Amazing.
Unless he can't. You know, he coloured it in from start to finish during that Facebook Live, and it was only about an hour and a quarter, which is super quick for Phil.
He mustn't have had 50 flowers on it and then 20 butterflies.
I know. So
this
I mean,
is my favourite
this is lovely, isn't it?
This is my favourite.
This is the garden. So you've got lots of different sentiments. Obviously, you can mix and match your sentiments across. Rather than waste space, you've got your sentiments in there, and you've got a different butterfly to the one in the previous one. And you can also use certain areas and pull certain areas out, so you don't have to use the image in its entirety.
That's stunning. That's absolutely stunning.
It is,
yeah,
isn't
I
it?
see what you mean. Yeah, you can just highlight things.
You can highlight, and I have got a demo.
That.
I think it'll probably be tomorrow morning where I'll do a spotlight with it as well.
That's
I think Joanne's got one. I think it's with that set. The circular one on the top, on Leonie's right.
That
one. I think that's the garden, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there,
I
Joanne's stamped it a second time and pulled out another circle with that.
That is beautiful.
It is.
Absolutely beautiful. I mean, they're all beautiful. Have a look at this one. Because this one, again, it's got those poppies in the front there, but it's just got so many different ones. On this one, you've got birthday blooms, you've got best wishes, you've got just for you. And look at that. That's my other favourite one, actually.
So this is the bunch.
Oh,
That's
I
another
love
one of
that.
Joanne's.
That's so
And you can
pretty.
see that all the samples, I mean, some of the samples are made with double Ds.
Yes.
And I know Lozzie's done some that you can use them like pictures rather than as card projects. That's one of Trudy's.
They're beautiful.
So they will work with your double Ds, and they will also work with your charming dies, which we've got on the show.
And I mean, that frames it beautifully. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, the last one that we've got in the collection are the incredible daisies as well.
This one's my favourite.
Is it?
Yeah, this one's my favourite.
Because it's a good size.
Yeah.
But again, it's the delicacy of these and all the extras.
Yeah.
Because like those little daisy heads, I mean, you just want to create daisy chains with them, don't you?
Yeah. They are so cool, and they're great for kind of just accenting. Like I'm going to show you how you can put them into the corners of the diamond, the charm diamonds.
Beautiful.
That one's really lovely, isn't it? So that's using our Delightfully Deco borders with it, and just colouring in one of the stamps in different colours.
That looks so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really like these. They're so elegant. Okay. Oh, you've got so many stamps here. Because obviously you've got some of your big stamps, but then you've got your individuals as well. There's 38 stamps in total now. It is a one-day special, however, it's a little mini one-day special for you. That means our Julia is only here for this hour and then tomorrow at 8 a.m. So the
And tonight. And tonight,
as well.
Yeah.
I did wonder when we were chatting. I thought, oh, is she missing tonight? Right, so it's tonight and then 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. That is it. So you can still get this until 6 o'clock tomorrow night as a normal one-day special. However, the stock will reflect the fact that we've got less live hours. So if you do want this, I urge you to check your baskets out quickly. Don't wait, because obviously we haven't got the same stock levels that we generally have for a full one-day special. I love it because it's delicate, it's elegant, it's just beautiful, and that price. Now, if you're not a Freedom member, you are saving £6, 2 payments £29.97. However, Freedom members, it's a better deal for you because £11.99 saving. Obviously, you've still got Flexi and you're not paying your postage, so it's absolutely a why not deal. Please be part of Freedom because you always save money there. So Freedom members, your first payment today to get the whole collection is just £26.98. It's sent out when you make your purchase. You don't have to wait for your second purchase. We don't charge you interest. You've still got your 14-day money-back guarantee because obviously that's your rights, that is. But these are just beautiful, and that's the lovely days. Oh, I love that. Coloured in yellows and oranges. That looks so nice.
They're so happy, aren't they, daisies?
Yes, and you properly see the detail on that.
Yeah, you really do. That's the one of Joanne's.
Yeah, that is exquisite.
Yeah,
you can really go for it with your colouring in with these.
And look at the background. So, you know, just a lot of them do look lovely, just stamped and embossed in white. Or, of course, if you want to, you can go onto white card and stamp and emboss in silver or in gold. You don't have to colour them in if you're not a colourist. So don't be scared of them.
Yeah, the detail. For me, it's that I adore that detail. Right, if you want these, please be checking out your baskets. Brand new, and already over 10% of the stock has gone. I'm not surprised. These are super pretty. 492-927. Now, it is a Sentimentally Yours show, so it means we've got loads of stuff. Check out the website. We've already chatted about those beautiful dies. I love Phil's dies. You can either get your double Ds, you can get those beautiful detailed of dies, so there's tons of choice for you there. There's loads of gorgeous sentiments that are going to go with these stamp sets wonderfully. The cardstock and the decorative papers, and of course we have got your pens. Now you've got a really good choice of different colouring in mediums. You can either go for your alcohol pens, or we've got the watercolour pens, so you've got tons of choice there as well. And of course you've got cardstock that matches perfectly. We've got Phil's really nice coloured cardstock. Honestly, he's brought out some super colours now in all the coloured cardstock they've got, and the quality. Obviously it's our Phil, but the quality is amazing, and loads of 5-star reviews as well. Thank you. Please do check your baskets out, make the most out of that Flexi, be freedom, and then you're not paying postage on anything. Right, let's get stamping.
Let's get
Where are you going to start, our lovely Julia?
With my daisies.
Oh, favourite.
Favourite. We've got to start with the daisies because it would be rude not to.
Rude.
So what I've got here in my stamping platform is I've got, this is the largest of the plain charmed circles. They're not plain because they've got this kind of debossed kind of stitch detail in them, but it's not the kind of scalloped edge on them.
Beautiful.
So I'm going to use that main daisy stamp, the big one. Get it out of my packet.
I love that. And clear stamps are ace because you can see exactly where you're going.
Exactly. Now, what I want to do is I want to have it coming off of my circle, because you don't have to do the whole thing if you don't want to, right?
When you look at that, it's a good size stamp,
It's a really good size, isn't it? So in centimetres, from the top to the bottom, it's actually 13 centimetres. So I don't know what that is in inches, because I haven't got inches on here, but anyway. So we're going off the page a little bit, so I'm going to faff around a bit to get where I want it. And I'm also, at the same time, I'm going to stamp the butterfly from the garden set, because that butterfly is coming in to get a bit of the old pollen or whatever it is off of the daisies.
Oh. So and you see even the butterfly is really delicate and gorgeous,
and I like the fact that they're two different ones, they're not the same thing in two different sizes, they are actually two different ones.
Yeah, which is really good, because that's what you want all that choice.
So I'm going to, because this is the super smooth watercolour card.
Beautiful.
So this is a hot press, so it's lovely and smooth for stamping on.
Yeah.
So because I'm going to be watercolouring, I'm using my Nocturne Versifying Clair, which is my black Versifying Clair.
The cardstock is super quality, isn't it? And you see, this is a big deal, especially when you're stamping some of that detail. You'd want good quality cardstock to stamp on.
And good ink.
And then, and then obviously, because it is watercolour, it allows you to do so much on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I could be stamping on a mopped up inky background if I wanted to, or a spritz background. You know, you can do anything you want to. I'm giving it a good old press just to make sure I get it all. And there we go.
See, that's perfect.
So if I pull that out, you can now see how beautiful that is.
Oh yeah, that's
now obviously you've got a choice. You could actually have stamped first and then cut out second, and then you would get your complete design just around the edges there.
Okay,
It doesn't bother me at all.
No, I quite like it.
It doesn't bother me at all. What you need to bear in mind is if you are cutting out second, that Versifying Clair takes a while to dry, and you will have to just clean the ink off of your die.
Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise it'll transfer to the next thing you cut out.
Absolutely, something I'd forget and never do. Well said.
I've been had so many times with that, so many times.
Oh, Julie, I'm just going to mention, if you do want your cardstock, first of all, it's really nice stuff, is this. It's lovely. It's so smooth, but it is that watercolour cardstock, which means you can do tons with it. 40 sheets as well for $23.98, but you can stamp on it. 618958. I'm also really going to quickly mention those dies. I love these. Now, you are getting a set of 3. Now, the reason Julia was saying about your details, can you see? Because you have got, I mean, you've cut in the outside, but on the inside, you've got that really nice stitch line. And look how many you're getting. So you're getting your stitch circle, then that beautiful, that lovely scallop. Then you get the circle and a scallop, circle and a scallop. So you've got a lot of dies there. And then, of course, you are getting the centre dies as well, so your hearts. In this one, you're getting the circles, you're getting the rectangles, you all get the magnetic sheet, so they're all on a magnetic sheet, and then you get your beautiful diamonds. I really like these. I just think they're so usable, and I love that stitch line as well. You're getting, I mean, this is a huge kit for $59.97. All of those 30 dies in total. 911143. Check the website out because we have got another 3 sets for you as well, and it works out at less than £2 a die. What a bargain! Back to you, Julia.
I love them. I
they?
think they're the prettiest dies that Phil's done.
Yeah,
I absolutely adore them, and the scallop is just so fine, and you'll see when you
and
see
it's
mine.
like you said, they fit around these stamps beautifully.
They also go, if you've got Trudy's woodland animals that we had last month, they also fit very well with those as well. And I think that some of these flowers would work very well with the woodland friends as well.
Yeah.
So what I've done is I've pulled the smaller daisy out, and I've got a charmed diamond here.
Beautiful.
Again, cut out of the watercolour card, and we're just going to stamp this in the centre.
Gorgeous. And again, nice and juicy ink pad.
Nice and juicy. Yeah, this one's only been opened last month, so...
yeah, look at that detail.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, they are. It's a proper daisy, is that?
Proper daisy. So that's one of my centerpieces.
That's lovely.
Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to work outside of my stamping platform. My magnets going together. Put that over there for a minute. And I'm going to grab one of the other daisies because we're going to make a kind of surround for it.
Okay.
So I think we're going to go for this one.
I like the little daisy heads on the side. They look really pretty.
Yeah, so I'm just, because I don't want it to be empty, I want it to have something on it.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to go, how did I do it? Went that way.
Do you find that when you've got a card that you've made before and you're doing again, because you know me, normally I don't do that, but when I do it, I always have to look at the card because it's almost like...
I can't remember.
So
but you could do it the other way, you see. You could have them coming in that way.
You could do whatever you wanted, but it's so funny how you have to...
It is, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely.
You end up working exactly off your card.
I think I've used a bigger one, but it's absolutely fine.
Oh, that detail again, that's lovely.
So you can have that coming off there.
Because you can make fabulous little borders with those and everything, couldn't you?
Do lots and lots of pattern building, and a border would be great, absolutely wonderful. So let's do a little bit of colouring in.
Marvellous.
So what I've started doing is, because you guys have got my charts here.
Oh, I don't think so.
I think you have. I did find some other ones, actually. I found some old ones that I've got from number 1 and 2. So these are 1 and 2 in the watercolour blending brush pens. And because what we tend to do is, if you want to do skin tones, we tend to point you towards set 3. Because set 3 has skin tones in it. But you can see here, so this is when I had my prototypes and I gave them all numbers, and so this was the order that they were in my my actual thingy in my box. So to get a skin tone in kit 1, I've mixed together this very pale pink and this lighter orange, and that gives me that skin tone.
Oh, nice.
But if I want to go a little bit paler, then I can, or a little bit darker actually, not paler, I can add a little bit more 17, and I wrote myself some notes.
Amazing.
So you can do that sort of thing, you know?
You can really, I mean, I love these pens. They're fabulous.
So do I. I mean, obviously, if you've got set 3, you've got your skin tone all mixed already for you. Because the problem with mixing it by combining a couple of pens is you've got to actually mix enough for your project. And 9 times out of 10 you don't.
Exactly. No, you just get some strange old mixes and matches.
That's right. So what I've started doing, especially because colouring is a little bit boring watching it on the telly, and we don't have time anyway. I've started doing these little swatches, so I know exactly how I've coloured in, so I can show you a little bit of how to do it. Okay. So with my oranges, I picked out 2 from set 4, and I have tended to use a lot of set 4 with all of my flowers because it has a lot of greens in that set, and it's got really good reds as well. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little bit of pen on pen kind of blending. So we're taking the the darkest of the oranges first and just going into the centre of the daisy, because that would be where it's going to be darkest.
Beautiful. And because you're working on the watercolour cardstock as well, you know you're going to be able to move the ink without any problem at all.
Exactly, you can move the ink. The thing with these pens is you can actually use the actual water brushes that come in the kit. Obviously add your water, but you can use your water that come in the kit.
I've got one here, but I haven't given it you. I'm keeping hold of it so I can show it colours.
That's all right. That's all right. So yeah, you can move it with the water brushes that are in the kit, but what you can also do, and what I've tended to do with these, is just use the pens to do the blending.
Yeah.
So this is the lighter of the oranges. So I'm going to start, first of all, by going in at the tips all the way around.
Beautiful.
And you don't need to worry about, when we come to actually do the blending, about contaminating the tips, because I don't know how it happens, but the colour doesn't transfer. Sometimes you get, if you were doing, I don't know, a blue with a yellow, sometimes the tip looks like it's got some colour on it, but in fact it hasn't. It's really weird. It just doesn't contaminate.
And I love how you don't have to rush.
You don't.
You know, you're not worried about having to sort of get it blended before your ink dries. It's absolutely
it doesn't matter
fine.
because it moves afterwards. You know, you can move it, especially with this watercolour card, and it is all about the quality of the ink. They are blending inks, but it's about the quality of the card as well. So the two together. So now we can go in here. I did the bit to begin with because I wanted to have the lighter tips. So now we can go all the way around here, and we can start blending those two colours together.
And that you do quite quickly.
You can do quite quickly, no. And so we can go into the centre as well if we want to. So now we've got, as you would expect, a darker colour there and a lighter colour at the tips. Obviously, you can keep on going in if you want to. Obviously, the more of the lighter colour you add, it will build up the intensity of that lighter colour in the tips if you want to. So that you can really play around with it.
And you can go in, I mean, if you wanted to, you could go in and make it even darker in the centre, just a tiny bit of red or something. I mean, you've got so much choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the pen sets are just fabulous.
They are. They're my go-tos. They really, really are. I mean, I can do some alcohol colouring for you, but these are what I go for all the time. And for my centre, what I've taken is like a mustardy ochre kind of yellow, I suppose, from set 4, and a bright yellow from set 1. Remember, set 1 was the very first set that we brought to you.
And that's sold out. I know we've got that back in stock. So if you do want set 1, we have got that back in stock. So please do check the website out for that one.
So all I'm going to do is exactly the same thing, put some of the darker colour in the centre and the lighter colour around the edges. And it just adds a little bit of depth to it, okay? Really simple, really simple. And then for the idea is as well, obviously we've got pens out now. Where are they going to go? Where are they going to go? I know where they're going to go because I've written them down.
So that is quite sensible.
I know, because I like to tell everybody where I've got the pens from, you know. So for my greens, because there's a lot of greens in set 4. You can see here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because if you count that sort of turquoisey green, 7 greens in set 4. So it's great for your gardens.
There's some really rich colours in set 4,
really rich colours. So
there?
exactly the same thing. So we can take our darker colour, I'm only going to do 1 leaf this time, and then we can just take our lighter one, and when you bring the two together...
I love that. It just gives you such a seamless blend.
But what you've also got, because you've got such a fine tip, you can... That's the darker one. You can take this and you can go in to the stem.
And I mean, look at how fine that is. That's like literally millimetres.
And this isn't actually the finest, so there's that one. But there's also, let's find this one's is a bit finer. So you can go into this, all the fine ones, like on the garden and the meadow. You can go right in
Yeah.
And you're not even going outside the lines.
Yeah, they are just brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant.
If you do want those pens, now this is set 4, and have a little look at that. Look at all those colours. They are just delicious. If you haven't got them yet, if you have been saving them, maybe this is the first time you've ever seen them. I mean, they have got a proper brush nib. If I just show you that proper brush nib, I mean, this is a lovely thing about them. Look at that, proper brush nib. And it does mean, again, you can create some wonderful effects, just as Julia's showing us, but it is that fine nib as well that will really let you get in detail there.
And they're juicy, Leonie. I mean,
And
I'm still, you probably are, I'm still using my original set.
Yes.
And the original sets were launched in September, not last year, the year before.
Amazing, amazing.
And the only ones that I've had to replace are some that I ruined from using them direct on some Versamark.
Yeah.
On a stamp.
Yeah.
So that was my fault.
Yes.
But, you know, I do loads of colouring in.
Yeah, well, you will do with all these.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, yeah, they're super juicy. Please do not miss out on these. That's your set 4. They come in a really good case, which is lockable, of course. Always remember, this bit at the top, that also sits down. So when you get them, if you think you can't open it, it's that bit at the top. That can be a little monkey, because I forget that one. 127479 is your item number. All 4 sets are on the website. Obviously, Julia's been using that one, and
Number 1.
Quite a few from, that is our set 1. It's where the story began. That's Julia's swatch, which I'm not handing back. And you can, because you can see the colours there, so you've got those lovely bright greens. Yeah, look.
And those are direct from the pen. So remember that you've got all the shades from those right the way down to really light, because you can add in your water.
Absolutely.
So that's just as is from the pen.
Perfect. Yeah, you can blend these down. You can do so much. Set 1 now, this is already busy. Again, it did sell out last time. We've got it back in stock. £29.99. 10% of the stock has already gone
I do remember
there.
as well, so I keep on butting and keep on remembering things that Phil's told me. That although we keep on bringing them back, and every time we bring them back, we say we're not ordering anymore. And that is absolutely true. The reason why we're bringing some back to the craft store is because we've still got stock to give you. But at some point this year, we won't be able to bring them back because he's not ordering them until next year at least.
Right. So if you do want them, you know what to do. Check your baskets out with those. 334739 is your item number. I'll give a quick recap on that 1 day special, because it's so pretty. Now, we are approaching 20% of the stock already gone. Remember, you've got detail, you've got some stunning flowers, you've got bouquets, you've got single flowers, you've got stamps that you can build up and create incredible backgrounds with. They do, when you stamp them, you are seeing every single little bit of that flower. You know, you're seeing every beautiful leaf, every vein in the leaf, all that detail. And they do just look so wild. This is the perfect time to get these, because at the minute outside it is just blooming, isn't it? You know, with the sunshine and the rain. So it does mean all the flowers are in full bloom and full colour. So this is just the perfect time of the year. And of course, you can colour them in how you want. They're going to mix and match with so many things. I mean, these are with the wonderful double Ds. That will frame them perfectly. You could stamp and emboss them. You could obviously stamp them in a whole host of different colours. It doesn't have to be black. You don't even need to colour the full thing in. You know, you've got lots and lots of choice. Now, if you do want to get hold of these, please check your baskets out. Brand new today. But be a Freedom member. Freedom members, you're making the biggest saving. In fact, it's an $11.99 saving for Freedom members, and you don't pay postage, so it's even better. 2 payments, $26.98, so affordable, and you've got 38 gorgeous stamps. And do remember, this is a shorter 1 day special, so we're only going to be seeing Julia tonight and then 8 a.m. tomorrow, and the stock reflects that. So if you do want these, don't miss out. 492927. Back to Julia. That looks nice.
So I've coloured them in, obviously, because you can't sit and watch
look
me.
how happy that
I'd
is.
love you to sit and watch me do it, but yeah. So my original thought was that I was going to just pop that on there and overlay it, but then I decided not to.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to use it somewhere else because obviously I've made it. Okay, but we are going to use it on this project. So for my actual card, I love doing shaped cards, and this is the largest size in the double debossed octagon die.
That looks so nice.
And this is cut out of the alabaster white, which is a really good match for the watercolour card.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's lovely.
Yeah, for me it's better than almond hue because it's not as cream.
Yeah.
So I recommend that. So what I've done is on one side I've just put an embossed line 1 centimetre from the edge, and this is going to be my fold of my card.
Beautiful.
And so we're going to pop that on here while I actually do my top a bit, so that before I open it, it's nice and stuck.
I love these dies.
I
These
love these
double D.
dies.
See, these I love them because they're strong.
They are strong, yeah.
Strong.
And they
Strong.
go to really good size as well.
Yeah.
Because I think this is almost 8 by 8.
It's bigger than my head, nearly. I mean, they are huge, and you can see that double D line. Obviously, they go right the way down. They all come on your magnetic sheets as well, so you don't even need to worry about storage. Love them. $35.99. You can pop that in your flexi if you'd like. 132532.
Yeah. So I mean, he's running out of double D-boss dies.
Really?
Yeah. So we've only got.
And is he not ordering any more of them either? Is that it?
I
Does it
don't
depend?
actually know. I can't say for definite. I can't remember because there's so many things he's not reordering because
Yeah,
obviously he has to make space
Yeah,
for new
new
stuff
stuff.
as well, and there's a lot of new stuff coming. So we're going to go down a size, and we've cut this out of mandarin burst.
That's so pretty.
And then this is your alabaster white again, and it's embossed with the heart lattice embossing folder.
That's so pretty.
So that's going on. It's very happy, isn't it, orange?
Yeah.
Oranges and yellows are very happy colours.
I love oranges and yellows.
So do I.
They're so jolly and bright and beautiful.
They are. They make you smile, don't they? And then, obviously, I've matted this onto my largest charming circle. You can see how fine that beautiful scallop is. And honestly, they cut like a dream. They come out no problem.
And that does look really pretty.
Yeah.
Especially on that background, that absolutely works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? So we've got that on there. So we're also going to have To Someone Special. So these are from your essential script. And I've cut, obviously, the back out of the mandarin burst and the top out of the alabaster white. So we're going to have that in there, faffing around as to where I want it.
With the dies, so you actually get, because you've got your drop shadow there as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you get that on your dies, don't you?
Yeah, you get the pair in each set, yeah.
I like that you get the magnetic sheet with this one.
Yeah, and
that's really handy.
And Phil and I suggest that what you do is when you get them, because when you get them, you'll find that they're all the fine detail at the top and all the shadow at the bottom. We suggest that you sort them out so that they're in pairs.
Yeah.
So you can find your words that fit together. Otherwise, you'd be hunting every single time.
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense because you're getting a lot. You're getting happy birthday with love, best wishes just for you, especially someone special too on your day. So you can mix and match. I really like them.
Do you not get the 2 sets? Do you get 2 sets or do you just get 1 set?
You get 2 sets. And on the second set, so you can get them individually, but if you get 2, then obviously you do get a really good saving, a tenner, if you're going for 2 of them today. And this one's got congratulations on your wedding, engagement, anniversary, day, retirement, with thanks, new home, baby boy, girl, really, really good selection. And I think, again, it gives you that texture, doesn't it?
Yeah, and they're really substantial when you've actually layered them up.
Yeah.
And it does mean that it's easier for you to glue the second one down.
Yes.
I mean, I tend to just scribble some glue onto my craft sheet and then dip the top layer in.
Yeah,
and then you know, it's easier to do the bottom one.
They look
There's
really
the To
pretty.
Someone Special. So that could be your card, but we're going to actually decorate the inside as well.
Gorgeous.
So my fold. It's nice and glued now. So this is where this is going to come in. This is going to go on the inside.
Beautiful.
And I'm just going to put this flat.
I like
so
that.
it'd be a nice little surprise when somebody opens up their card.
So this is just because Julia changed her mind.
It
makes it look even posher.
It does, but obviously this could be just used on a standalone project anyway.
Make a nice tag.
It would make a nice tag, yeah, absolutely. In fact, you could loop your ribbon or whatever through one of the little eyelets. Yeah. So in here, we're going to say happy birthday. So it just says to someone special on the front, and then we're going to say happy birthday on the inside.
Loving that yellow. Again, do check the website for Phil's card, because he's got a lovely selection of card now. It's beautiful quality as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 270 GSM. It's colour plan card. And he managed to negotiate a really good price. Right. Because normally it's really, really expensive. Right, okay. So you
managed to do a deal today?
Yeah, so we've all got a really, you know, the savings are passed on to us, really. Good. So it's really good.
And it does. I mean, that looks really pretty.
Oh, try and get that straight. It's probably not even straight, even though I'm trying to get it straight.
Looks it.
Okay, it'll do. Right, so there's our card. So there's our front.
Oh, I love that. That's so bright and jolly. Oh, see, you can see the drop shadow even better now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lush.
And then the inside.
Boom. Bright and happiness. Yeah. Yeah, love that. Thank you, Julia.
That's all right.
Your favourite Daisy. Favourite Daisy. OK, what's your favourite? Email in studio@thecraftstore.com. Ooh, nearly got it wrong. I nearly said it wrong. And if you've already had some of Trudy's stamps in the past, we'd love to see what you've been creating. These are Trudy's brand new collection. You have got 38 stamps in total. I love the detail of them. I love the elegance. It's just so... You could make very clean and crisp cards, actually, from this. I mean, that one that you're looking at now, that is absolutely one of my favourites. It's just so... It's a wildflower meadow, isn't it? It's just so beautiful. And it's that detail. These will be exquisite to colour in. It's the type of thing you can just get lost with. You know, adding all your different colours, getting all your different greens, and you can see the different tones going on in that one. And then, obviously, the beautiful poppies. It's stunning. You have the bouquets of flowers. You've got your single flowers. You've obviously got, like that one, that wildflower meadow look as well. And again, it is, I mean, on that one, look at all the teeny tiny little stamps on there. I love things like that because they are stunning. Imagine these, maybe you're going to be putting on your happy planner going round the page. You know, maybe you are going to be making little tags with these. All those little ones at the bottom are exquisite. But you might be adding these to, say, the other one. Where is the poppy one? So that one, you might be taking that poppy one, but then extending it with these ones. I mean, you could do that with any of them, really, but I just went for the poppies because it's poppies. But you could easily extend one of the other images to make it completely your own. And, of course, then play with the colouring in. I am going to pick up some of these from the front. Now, a quarter of the stock has gone. I mean, just look at that. And it's this detail here. How cute are those? The embossing. Now, this really shows you how detailed they are. Because that embossing, you can literally see every petal. And that's been stamped and embossed. When you do that and don't lose any detail, it just shows the quality. And I love that colouring in. Karen, that's your favourite. Do you know what, Karen? I'm with you on it being amazing. Obviously, we know my favourite, but it's absolutely amazing. Yeah, there's so much you can do with these. And flowers, it's one of those, they never go out of fashion. If you do want to get hold of these, please check your baskets out. Love that. That is 492927, your item number. If you want the cardstock, now you've just seen loads and loads of different colours, loads of different textures from the embossing folder. We have got the cardstock on the website, and obviously with your cardstock you've got tons of choice. Now you are choosing any 4-pack, so it's up to you. You can mix and match it up. You can choose 4 of the same if you want to. Maybe you've got an order, but there's tons. Every time I have a Sentimentally Yours show, there's even more card. You know, it's one of those, it just keeps breeding. I love these colours. That blue, that's one of my favourites. That is luscious. I like that green that's coming in just there. That olive is lovely, really lovely. But yeah, you've got tons and tons to choose from. Really good price. You've got 42 options now. And of course, it's good quality. So please make sure you check your baskets out with those. And you are getting 18 sheets in total. 80, I did think. Thought, wow, 80 sheets in total. So yeah, have a little peruse down that website and see all the lovely colours. If there is anything else you want, you know what to do. In the meantime, however, back to our lovely Julia. What's next, Julia?
Rightio. So I've cut the largest charmed label out of our craft card. And this craft card it's double-sided, which craft card normally isn't.
Yeah.
It's not part of the pick and mix.
Right, okay.
It's 350 GSM.
Yeah.
So it's really, really sturdy. It's not like any other craft card I've ever seen.
So it's a nice one to work with.
Really, really nice one to work with.
Yeah, you're right, because a lot of craft card isn't double-sided. It's a different colour the other side.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And you can tell the difference when you put them together.
Yeah.
So this is the meadow, and we're going to stamp the meadow onto our craft card, our label.
I tell you what, you're right. It feels really nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it's going to be great. It's really good construction weight.
Yeah.
It's not part of the pick and mix because it is a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
Because it is 350 GSM.
Yeah, yeah. And
but
like
well worth it.
Same, whichever side. I really like that. That is lovely. And obviously, craft card, it just gives you a different look when you're stamping on it. If you would like to get hold of that, 40 sheets, £14.99, your price. 282446. And lovely, is it lovely to stamp on as well then, Julia?
Yeah, it's lovely to do anything with. I mean, it's not watercolour card. We are going to use the watercolour blending brush pens, but it's not watercolour card, so it does react a little bit differently.
Okay.
You just need to know how to do it, really.
Need to know basis.
Okay, right. So obviously we're not getting the whole thing in because we've got a shaped bottom, but if you wanted to use the charmed rectangles instead, then you absolutely can. Just make sure I get it all.
Beautiful.
I should be able to see because there'll be a watermark.
Oh, yes.
See the watermark?
Oh, we've got the watermark.
Yeah, see my head as well? I'm going to just go in again. Just to make sure I get all that detail.
Well, you're going in again. I'm just going to show those dies because, oh, I really like these as well. These are, you know how I said you got choices and there were 3 different sets in each choice. So this is the other set and this is the one our Julia's using. Again, you do get the magnetic sheet, so you're getting the outside edge, and like Julia said, that is so fine. That scallop is so fine. And then you get the cutting it in die. That's your outside, that's cutting in. You get that lovely stitch design on that as well, which is so, so effective. So you've got your beautiful labels. You've also got the gorgeous ovals, multiple dies in each one. And then you're getting the squares. And the squares have got that lovely corner element. Can you see? Can you see the lovely corner? So it's like a chopped off corner, if you will, which is fabulous. And that one's moved. I'm not going to faff about, but you do get them, you can see. Hold on, let me shift it down. Shift it, shimmy it down like that. Yeah, love these ones. So all of those, you're actually getting 33 dies in that set. So are you not plugged in, love?
I am plugged in. I'm just checking I'm all right to do it, that's all.
Right. Oh, of course you can. Go for it. I can chat over that. If you do want those, that is 2 payments, £29.99. 911143 is your item number. Got a picture, bum-billy-um-bum. Now, hey, that's one of those dies. Is this the little woodlands then?
Yes, it is. That's the owl, yeah.
Oh, they're pretty. Who sent that in? Oh, lovely, Katie. Emma. Emma, thank you so much. That's so nice that you're joining in. Anybody else wants to join in? Maybe you've got the dies, maybe you've got Trudy's other stamps. Send your photos in. I tell you what, that looks amazing, done it in white.
Yeah. So I wanted to do this because I want to show that you don't have to colour them in if you don't want to. I mean, we're going to. Yeah. I almost didn't, but I will show you the difference, and then I'll show you how to colour.
It looks so good, stamped and embossed on craft card.
Yeah, white embossing on craft card is just beautiful. Let's show you.
Yeah, that's cracking. And that, I mean, you can see every little bit of detail on that.
It is worth, because you're in your stamping platform, it is sometimes worth, with your Versamark, actually going in a second time. Yeah. Especially with newish stamps, just to make sure you get all that detail.
That's lovely.
So what we could do is are we back on the overhead? Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
We can
So
be.
what we could do.
Sure, Julia.
So this is the deep. I know you can tell Phil's my mate, can't you? This is the deep indigo. So this is really weird card
That's
because
lovely.
sometimes it looks purple and sometimes it looks like a royal blue.
Overhead, really blue. From where I'm standing, more purpley.
Yeah.
Isn't
it odd? It's really odd.
I really like
but
it
it works really well with the craft card.
Oh yeah, that's
So if you
nice.
wanted to, you could just do this as your card. You know, do all your mats and layers and things. So you know, if you can't see beyond what I'm showing you, let me just give you a for instance. So here's my mats and layers. So we could pop that on there with our flowers, and you could have that as it is, right?
Yeah,
but we're going to
nice.
just add a little bit of colour to show you the difference, right? So, if you're using your watercolour blending brush pens, and I've used, you can see I've changed my mind an awful lot because they look different on craft card than they do on your watercolour card.
They still look good though,
They still look good, absolutely. They still do work.
Which is interesting because sometimes on craft cards you lose colour,
You tend to think that you've got to use things like your distress oxides because they've got the pigment in them. I mean, obviously these are a dye ink that's in the watercolour blending brush pens, so you think perhaps they're not going to work very well. But you can see that I've used, so I've delved into 2 and 4 for my main flowers because I'm keeping it in the blue tones because I knew I wanted to use deep indigo. So going into 4, I'm going into this darkest blue. Check I've got the same blue. That's the idea of going darkest but 1. So that's the darkest there. No, that's the darkest there. So I've gone for that one, and then I've also gone into 2 and picked out my most favourite blue ever. Which is this blue one here, right?
Beautiful.
So see how they look there on the craft card, and this is how they look on your
different
watercolour card.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is worth doing a swatch on here to see how things are going to go. So, for instance, I'm only going to do one flower on this. So, for instance, to do this, I suggest what you do is you do exactly the same thing, do pen to pen, because it isn't watercolour card, it is craft card. But I suggest you only do one flower at a time.
Right,
I mean, normally on watercolour card, I'll do all the dark blues first. But you want to go in here, really, if you're blending, before it completely dries, and then you can make that blend happen with your lighter colour.
Beautiful.
And that's the way I've discovered that you can actually do it. But
and
obviously
it looks effective.
It does look really effective. So it is actually, if you are a colourist, it is actually worth colouring in onto craft card. But I wanted to show you how it looked just stamped and embossed, because then if you're not, you can see how not to do it. You know how you don't have to do it. So this is completely coloured in.
Look at that. See, that looks so good, doesn't it, with white? Yeah, that's so pretty, Julia.
It really does look lovely, doesn't it? So if we actually go onto our card and construct our card, we've got
10 minutes-ish.
We've got 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Right. So what we're going to do is I've persuaded Phil to put the compendium box set, which was from the birthday weekend on the show.
We've got it, Julia. It's on the show.
Yes, I know. Because there is this fabulous border in there.
That's nice.
And this border matches, as you can see, the charmed dies perfectly.
Amazing.
So this is a must-have. I mean, there are beautiful papers in there. There's a sample there by Joanne that has, that one.
Ooh, that's
has
nice.
the papers in it that are in the box kit as well.
That is
There's
absolutely
embossing
beautiful.
folders in the box kit. There's some grey board. There's some card. There's a butterfly die. There's some toppers. There's all sorts of things in the compendium box kit.
So it's huge, is it?
It is. It's a really good kit.
Because I haven't seen that kit yet. It is. I mean, look at that. You even get a really good box as well, don't you?
Yeah, substantial back. So it's got one of those magnetic closures on it.
So it's this is a gift, isn't it?
It is a gift to yourself.
Yeah, and the thing is with something like that, if you are brand new to crafting, that would be amazing. The papers are stunning, absolutely stunning. You've got so many elements. What I love about this as well, you've got a lot of tools. So it's not just the stuff that you'll use eventually, because you've got that much in there. But yeah, I've got a lot of tools. I like that you get blank cards and envelopes as well. ridiculously
and
handy.
you also get, I mean, the things like, you know, the embossing powder, the glitter.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
the dye, they are exclusive to the box kit.
Amazing. So you can't get them anywhere else?
No. So that's really good to know.
That's beautiful. Saving £22 on that. And of course, we have got your flexi. You don't need to pay for it all in one. Today, to get that beautiful box set delivered to your door, just £34.33. Freedom members, you're not paying any postage on that. 321019 is your item number. I like that. And yeah, that paper is pretty.
Do you know? It's really funny because when he did that that weekend, I was doing Trudy's release, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to him, I need a box kit. I need a box kit. Need a box kit. And then of course I did a show with it, so that was fine.
Good. After you nagged him a bit.
Yeah, just a bit. Right. So we've got the classic flourish here.
Beautiful.
And this is pure white card because I'm dealing with craft card and not watercolour card. I've used pure white. So we've got pure white craft and then the deep indigo.
Gorgeous.
And the classic flourish.
And
you do keep some of the double deboss detail around the edges.
Did you die cut it first and then emboss it then?
Yes, because otherwise you'll flatten out your emboss and you don't want to do that. I mean, it doesn't flatten completely, but
just from the outsides.
You just want it to be lovely and crisp, but you can actually just see the double D just there.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lovely embossing folder, that. And the thing is with embossing folders, they just make your paper, it just gives it that finishing touch, doesn't it?
It really does. And so we can bring in this border here.
Nice.
That's going to go in there.
Yeah, I'm liking your colour palette.
Yeah, the thing is with this new deep indigo, it will go with a lot of different colours. It looks wonderful with the newish emerald pool. It's not called newish emerald pool, but it's called emerald pool. It looks fantastic with that. It does go well with the new rust, which is actually called new rust. He'll nag me if I don't tell you. You need to go to ask to join the Facebook group, Crafting with Phil Martin and Sentimentally Yours, because the sneaky peeks of the new collections go on there first.
Right.
And you want to see them really, but you know, on the day before they release and things like that.
Yeah.
And of course, members do actually share their makes as well on there.
Oh, lovely! So you get loads of inspiration as well.
Loads and loads of inspiration. So that's great to see as well. And it's nice to see other people's takes on things as well. And of course, then you can also search for particular collections.
Yeah.
So then you know if you've got a bit of a mojo block or you want to see what to do with something, you can actually do that.
Yeah, really like that. So that's the Facebook group.
Crafting with Phil Martin and Sentimentally Yours.
Crafting with that Phil Martin.
That Phil Martin.
That Phil Martin.
I know, it's not called Crafting with Phil Martin, Julia Watson, Sentimentally Yours. It's just called Crafting with Phil Martin, Sentimentally Yours. Just saying.
I mean, rude, but saying.
Yeah. It's funny. But of course, you'll see I post in there all the time as well, and when I do Facebook Lives, I share it in there as well. And when
it's
they're on
nice
YouTube,
to have a little community.
It is nice, and it's helpful as well. You know, to if anybody has problems and things, it's nice to share. It's a good way to start if you've not used any of these dies or stamps before.
It's just nice to see ideas.
It is, it really is. And sometimes it gives me ideas as well, which is really nice.
And I think with things like this, it's nice to see the colours people have used to colour them in.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can be sat at home and think, I don't know what flower that is, so I'm not 100% sure. I mean, not that it actually matters, but sometimes you kind of need a bit of a start, and it's lovely just to see what other people have done.
Yeah, I mean, I have started doing these swatches because I think it helps me realise where my pens need to go back to.
Yes.
So I've got some flowers here.
Beautiful.
We've got lush leaves, so we're going to just add a couple of the lush leaves in, and they are on the show. And these are your sweetheart flowers. I haven't stamped on them or anything. I've just used them as they are, just with the craft and the deep indigo.
Beautiful. If you do want your lush leaves, the details are zooming in as we speak. You are going to get 2 die sets there with your lush leaves and your leafy fronds. £21.98. They're really handy, those, because obviously behind any flowers, even your paper flowers that you buy, you know, look really good. But I like that you'll be able to chop them down, so you don't need to use the full things. £21.98, really crafty essentials, 509149.
And of course, you've got your righty and your lefty.
Yeah, which is essential.
Which is very important.
It really annoys me when you don't get lefties and righties.
No, and me.
Because it just messes up your
just
system.
It just looks wrong, doesn't it?
Wrong. It's wrong, Julia.
It is wrong. So I'm just going to slide those in down here. Obviously, I don't want to hide my stamped image too much.
And that's your, what were they, sweetheart?
Sweetheart flowers, yes. So I've just alternated with craft on top and the deep indigo on top. Now you will find that your sweetheart flowers won't come on, and your other flowers that we've got on the show won't come on a magnetic sheet.
Right, okay.
Because they were some of the original dies that Phil had.
Beautiful, okay. And I like that you can get the stamps to match them as well,
can't you? The stamps do come with them, yeah, to match.
Do they?
Yeah, they do, yeah. So they make fantastic backgrounds. How are we doing?
Yeah.
Are we doing all right, are we? Right, so I'll just show you.
2.5 minutes. Like them. If you do want those, 10 dies and 12 stamps there. I like that you get 12 because obviously you can cut multiples at one time, so you're not faffing. £36.48. Your price, 212796. Nearly took my eye out then.
I'm just putting my best wishes on.
Lovely.
Right, but I'll just go over a tangent. So with the flowers, so this is this is the enchanted or enchanting flower. So you can stamp and emboss in white to make yourself a background, and then it's got a resist. So then add your oxides over the top. But this is how they look when you stamp and cut them out. And those have been coloured with the watercolour blending brush pens.
That looks proper effective, Julia.
So don't think of the flowers just for your flowers. Think of them for your backgrounds too.
Yeah, but with that that detail that you can stamp in.
Yeah.
See, that's the stamp with that. I really like that. Thank you, Julia, because that really makes it make sense.
Yeah, it really does.
It's
nice to have that. It's nice to stamp with other things as well, but it's nice to have the one that matches perfectly.
I really like that. Again, you are getting your matching stamps and dies, so you can create tons of flowers from one pass there. £36.48 is your price. 397894. Your item number.
So I finished this one.
Oh,
so we're all
Julie,
finished. So we've got our flowers on. I put best wishes on from the dies, and I've added a couple of the beautiful butterflies there. So it's the smallest solid and the biggest solid, and just put a few pearls down the body.
Beautiful.
And I'll probably put pearls on the corners as well. But
that's gorgeous. Yeah, really like that. That stamping on white on the craft card looks amazing.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's such a good effect. I'm going to show you more finished samples because a third of the stock has gone. Now, do remember, we've only got 3 shows. One of those was this one. So you've only got 2 more shows. If you do want to get hold of this stamp set, and it is a big old set, you've got so many stamps, and they are just so elegant. You know, when you look at them, when you look at all the variations that you can achieve with these, you can get them in smaller sets if you want. Check the website out. You can get them in sets of 3 if you want to, but obviously that's saving £6 if you're not a Freedom member, but even better if you're a Freedom member. £11.99. No postage, Freedom members. It's absolutely worth it. 492927. Don't miss out on these. They're elegant, they're pretty, they're beautiful, and they'll never go out of fashion. Oh, Julia, thank you ever so much.
Thank you, my darling.
We'll see you at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, yeah.
Make sure you tune